getting terrified. I was like, I had to be by what happens to the
All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started.
It's too self-centered.
Bring our feet together.
Far away if he doesn't care about.
Right hand in a fist, left hand flat. We acknowledge our peers. And let's get our spacing. We got roofing over here, we got an open space. Let's just spread ourselves so we can have 2 rows. We'll have a front row of students who are familiar, and if you're revisiting, in the back row. Okay, so to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to start with our feet together, remembering ears over shoulders, over hip, over heel, softening the knees, stepping out shoulders width, and we're going to circle our hands from below. Inhale, bringing the hands up level with the heart as the heels come off the ground. Exhale, as the hands come down to the dantian, allow your down to equal your up. Same pacing. If you can get a count of 3 going up, count of 3 coming down. Tongue is on the roof of our mouths as we breathe in and out through our nose. Welcome to Qigong. Soft, even when you get to the top of your stance. Last one. Big circle. Take a moment to be completely still. Maintaining the same stance, right hand on top, left hand is below. We're going to break this exercise into 2. So we're going to start with the hands first and then move to the feet. So as the right hand comes up, left hand presses down. As we circle around, left palm is up, right palm is down. Palms are facing each other. Exhale. The hand coming down is closest to the body. Inhale, following the right hand. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Rinse and repeat. Reverse, left hand up. Now the right palm is up. And we're following the left hand. So inhale as the left hand comes up. Hold the breath as the hand comes down to feet. So now, as the hand comes up, take the heels off the ground, and as you begin to come down, the heels touch the ground. Heels off, following the left hand. Just like before, following the breath. Inhale, see if you can get 3. Hold, exhale for a count of 3. Come down, allow the left hand to rest in the right palm. Big circle. Take a moment to be still. Do your best not to adjust, not to fidget. Softening the knees, jump, jump. Doing that. And as we are in the stance, make sure to have space in your armpits as if there are tennis balls in your pits. Not dodgeballs, Marcella. Hands level with the heart. Level with the eyes. hand. Love the hands down to your sides, arms out, palm facing down, keeping the back straight, allowing the head to follow the shoulders, flexing at your hips, not your waist, folding to the right. Back to center, other side. Back to center, lock the hands down, big circle. Take a moment to stand. And relax. Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome to TikTok. What's up, folks? Thank you for joining in. We're about to do some Qigong. We're going to review what our homework was. The homework involved stepping from Gongbu to Dingbu, right? So what that looks like is stepping out. What stance am I in? Two people.
Gong.
Thank you.
Ding.
Gong.
Gong. Ding.
I'm playing. Okay, we're not going to be doing Shiabu, but we're going to be going back over Gongbu, Dingbu. Gongbu, Dingbu. And that Gongbu to Dingbu, we're going to combine with our warm-up with these circles. So what that looks like, if I'm here with my left hand on top, that means my right hand is the one that's going to be, I'm working my right hand. Whatever hand is on top, when you're in the circular posture here, the base hand is where the power is at. Okay, because this one is like, get that out of my way. So if the right hand's here, then the left hand is coming up. Okay? So if we're starting with the left, that means with the left hand on top, that means that we're going to be conditioning our right hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a few steps forward and see what that feels like. Left hand on top, we Dingbu on the right, and we're going to step out. Now, before we do that, name this posture here. Mabu. So when I step out into Gongbu, I want you to maintain the width of Mabu when you step out. So when you go from Dingbu, you step out and wide. Gongbu. Stepping here, stepping wide. And you'll notice this hand is protecting in the middle. It can also chamber in other circumstances, but for this exercise, we want to protect. Now, we don't want our hand right up against our body because that's not going to give us enough space, right? So if Christian, right here. So let's say I'm kicking at Christian and I'm not playing nice, okay? So I'll go from Dingbu. So that means that you're going to be stepping up to your right if you're Dingbuing that way, okay? So if I'm kicking, you see how that hand here, and you see how this hand is like, he's going into that direction. That also gives him the ability to now follow the circle. Close enough. Yeah, because once you're here, this hand sweeps up and around. So then here, let's do this reverse. That's all right. That's all right. This is all part of the learning process. So if I'm here and I'm going to step out, let's say I'm here, I'm on my phone, and he comes in for the kick. You see how all of a sudden I have this out, and this hand is coming back around. Yeah. So I'm able to again. So here he kicks, and you see I'm blocking down, and I have this hand. You notice this hand is here. You see what I mean? I mean, there's plenty of ways to play, right? So then, okay, so then from here, he kicks again. I step, and ding boom. And look, what did you notice here? Instead of me doing something with the lower, I use my upper body, right? And I use it as a push rather than a strike with the forearm. So this is one of the reasons why when we're training these exercises, do your best not to find an emphasis. Because the moment that you think of like emphasis, here's my emphasis, you're limiting what that movement can do. Follow me? So like for instance, a butter knife can be used for spreading, right? But if you're out of a flathead screwdriver, it can also be used in that way also, right? So you can innovate with the movements if you release the function of it. If you don't try to say that this knife can only be used for butter, it can't be used for nut spreads, it can't be used for pâtés or any other kinds of things, it can only be used for butter, then you're limiting it, okay? So what I'm trying to get across is just feel the rotation. What's it called when our hand is up?
Supinated.
Supinated. And when we turn our hand down, focus only on that. One hand is, what is this hand doing? Is it up or down? Is it supinated or pronated, the base hand?
Pronated.
And then what about this hand? Ah, no, they're both pronated.
Oh.
Woo! Got it!
Little tricks today.
Little trickster! But this is where the supination comes in. As you come in here, look, supination as it comes up, and then from supination to pronation is where the power is at. So just focus on this. Anybody know this is how you apply in sign language, right? They've got mad forearm strength, okay? All right, you start waving like this on a regular basis, this will really condition your forearm. So there are exercises for flipping your hand up and down. I want you to try that. Up and down from the elbow. Keep your arms out straight. Feel the burn, feel the burn, feel the burn, feel the burn.
It's part of dragon claw too, right?
It is. It's part of dragon claw. This is hand conditioning, forearm conditioning. And this is the secret behind this movement, this upper body movement. And that's why you'll have one hand supinated, one hand pronated, because it's coming into something. Okay? Now that we have that little nugget, or you got like 5 nuggets there. Let me give you the sauce. Alright? So from here, we're going to have our left hand on top, and we're going to step out to the left. Okay, so we're just going to start with our feet flat. We're going to step out into a wide gong, and left hand is down, right hand is up. And are we into or away from right now?
We're away.
Away. So then we follow the circle, ding boo. As this left hand is coming down, we now step wide, and now we're going into the right. Do you see that? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Ding boo. Stepping forward. Good. Hold it. Are you into or away from?
Away.
Yes, so turn your body so that you are away. Good. Drop this hip. And make sure to shift your weight. Also, your stance should be, let's bring that foot over here. Yes, and really shift your weight this way in order to keep away from that arm. My Sifu would keep me in these postures for so long. Drop that elbow, sacred shoulder. There you go. Let's see. Then bring your elbow back up. Good. Away from the arm. So go ahead and relax. So now what we're going to do is let's line up over here. We're going to do some line drills. You guys can see some line drills. All right. Oh, Steve, here, can you step to the side there? Only because there's a camera behind you. All right, so what we're gonna think about here, away from and into. So while I'm facing you, if I step out this way, am I stepping into something? Yeah, now you can start to see I'm away from whatever it is that I'm like, whoa, that box is falling. The box is falling. Whoa, that box is falling. Guide the box away from me. People are storming the door. I'm closing the door. And you notice that my hand naturally wants to come here, right? And that's because this is like for the martial application. I want to come here. And I don't want to bring my elbow up because I'm locking out right back here, my rotator cuff. The sits muscle, so I drop that. And I could use the back side of my arm for, what do we use the back side of our arms for?
Sharp objects.
Sharp objects, and then we use the soft part of our arm.
Blunt objects.
Blunt objects, good. So if it's somebody coming over the top, so Lloyd, come here for a second. So here, stand right here for me, please. Okay, so if Lloyd is coming at me with like a big overhand crazy, he's trying to like hit me in the side of the head, okay? So he comes in, and I step. You see, I've stepped so that now I'm square and I'm away from that strike, right? But then, let's say he's coming in for a big bear hug. Now I'm into, right? And you notice his stance, he turns sideways. That's good because that gives him a little bit of leverage, but it still gives me enough room to reach for something or be able to like push forward to get him off me, because we also have Silyabu, right? So being able to combine, mix and match your stances. Lloyd, very good. So now, does that help with like away from and into? Good. Dingbu is our transitional step. That means nail step. So that's that touch at the arch of the foot to then go into wherever you're going. Now, that Dingbu is just transitional. It may sometimes be, and you see how I'm just coming in to step versus a deliberate Dingbu. But we're gonna do the deliberate Dingbu to teach you to slow down so that the movements don't blur and you don't start moving with momentum. If you're moving with momentum, it's easier to get caught up because you can't just stop and be, boom, rooted in that one move and then progress. Sound good?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's do it. Starting with our feet together, left hand is on top, stepping out to the left. 1, circle, Dingbu. 2, into, circle, Dingbu, away, toward, away, forward. Keep going. Give yourself space. Now think about that base hand, what you're protecting. Keep your eye on that right arm. Keep your eye on the right arm, because that's where your attention is going. Good. Keep going. It's so easy to want to switch hands. Keep your eyes on your right arm. Yes. Watch that right arm. It's right here. There you go. It's okay. I'm not gonna tell you. You already got your strength. Okay. Yeah. So here, keeping your eye on that right hand, even if, what is it called? We call it a gentle gaze when you're not focused on any one particular thing, but you can see everything. You're using a peripheral, you're using your full scope, right? Because you know how you can look but not see? That's what you want to do here. So here, my focus is on that right. Because I know that if Christian steps to me and he's like trying to hit me, I can step away from it. But this time I want you to actually like aim for my face, okay? And you see, boom, I have to react. If I don't, I get punched in the face, right? So now this time, I'm gonna use my left hand, okay? To show what can happen what away can also look like, okay? So you same hand, and look, away, look, you see how I opened them up? Because from here, what do you think I could do? A whole lot, right? So then, let's say he comes in for a tackle. And I come in, look, you saw that? Immediately, he got forearm to the face. All right, so then, you okay? Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, that'll get you, right? Yeah. And you see here, look, you notice how I'm using the elbow part of this down, and I've even had to change my stance from gumbo to suli. Why? Because he came in low, he dropped his head. So I had to accommodate that. Because this circle, what's the continuation of the circle from here? Out, right? So here, so if he comes back down here, my out drives that. And then here's my next circle, right? Drop the back of my hand, maybe right on top of his head, daze him, just got it, and walk away. And then be like, you good? You good? Right? I mean, because sometimes things startle you. So that's why I'm trying to give you examples of unconventional ways. Thank you, Christian. So now we're going to do it again, this time, left side. All right? Or would you like to continue practicing the right side? How did you feel on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being like mind-boggling? What was the difficulty of that for you? We got 3?
3,
Yeah.
3 is the average?
yeah.
All right.
Okay? So then we will continue doing the same side. All right? So then we'll get 2 laps at the same side. Slow it down. Space yourselves out. So Loy, Christian, you're going to start here. One other up front. Nose goes. And then that 5 there, we're going to have to stagger that some more too. Protect the dog. 10. Good. And you'll notice that there's some space. You don't want to be right up against yourself. Space. Like you're holding the ball. Connect the palms over each other. There's an acupuncture point right in the middle of the palm. That point is called Lao Gong. Pericardium 8. You want to have Lao Gong over Lao Gong, as if you're like moving energy between the two. There we go. Because then now, when you're doing this move, if you want to be more spiritual about it, you're compacting and trying to maintain, even here, Lao Gong over Lao Gong. Then spread, Lao Gong facing Lao Gong. I'm going to have you call it away from, into. Use your outside voice, inside.
Away from,
There it is.
into, away from,
Yes. Better.
into,
It's a little mind twister.
away from, into,
It's okay, you're just one step behind.
away from, into,
Right, we got to go.
away from,
What's up, Justin? Welcome in.
into, away from, into, away from, from, into, away from, into, away from,
I'm going to simplify this for you. We're going to let the left hand rest because, and here, step to the side. So we're going to let the left hand rest some because I'm noticing that's confusing. But if it's just the right hand, this is all it's doing. And you'll see how there's this like supination, pronation, supination, pronation. Good. And when you get into the posture, I know many of you are extending the hand out like this. We don't want to do that because here you're not doing anything. You're literally trying to avoid being hit is what's going on. Versus having the arm up, and you see I'm still looking, right? So, Lloyd, here, I want you to just come up and just try to hit me. No, from right there. Just walk up like you just, go.
like in front of the face.
Right now. Good. Good. And you saw that was away, right?
Yeah.
But look, you see I'm still not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm still bent. Right. Why?
Yeah.
I've got the power. Right? Good. All right. Again. Look. Right? Because I can then pull him forward. And then what happens if I stay on his foot? Right? And he falls forward, it injures his ankle. Good job. So, and that was just away, right? But you saw that I'm maintaining a structure. And that's that out. So when you get into posture, you want to find this triangle. You want to find this triangle. Then when you soften it, it becomes a circle. The circle is where the power is at, the triangle is where the shape's at. All right, so you want the triangle within the circle. Yeah. I know, I'm kind of square. Okay, now that we've got a little corned up, let's take it to the road. We're gonna just do this right side, okay? So what that's gonna look like, what I'm gonna have you do, you can do two things, only two. One, the hand can be on the hip or chambered, okay? All right, I'm gonna chamber. So starting with the right hand down, left hand is chambered. We're gonna step out to the left. As we step out to the left, you see the hand comes up, and as you straighten your back leg, boom, you're in posture. Hold it. Good. Good. We want to aim with this part. Like with the blade of the hand. Then circling back, ding, into, ding, away from, ding, into, hold it. Good. Now, in Gongu, it's really easy to want to lean, but we want the legs to be, we want our back leg straight, right leg bent, hinge it at your hip. You should feel a nice stretch at the flexor by pushing the hips forward to keep your back straight. Ear, shoulder, hip, front heel. Continue. Dingu, away from. Dingu, into. Dingu, away from. Dingu, into. Call it, Christian.
Then move away from. Then move into. Then move away from.
Oh, what's up, Tay?
Then move into. Then move away from. 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 Then move into.
Jael.
Then move away from. Then move into. Then move away from.
Good. Now, we're going to do the same thing. Right hand chamber, left hand. Go ahead, Christian. You're going to lead. Lloyd, you too. Yes.
So when you're going away from, are your hips spread to the front or to the side, and then when you're into, they're to the side?
That's a good question. I noticed that as I was observing from behind, it really gives me a chance to see where your hips are pointed. And I see that the hips are moving in different directions. But the hips are always moving straight forward. Like if a gunslinger here. My hips moving? No, I'm not going. Right? That's that dynamic, the moment that you start to twist in your hips, you're not rooted yet. Yeah. So if you think of it as I'm stepping and I'm really just moving forward, almost like this is essentially what you're doing. And it's really hard to gauge where a person's at when you are able to stay low and move at the same height, because I see a lot of this too. And if you're bobbing up and down, it's easy to track. So, even here, you notice how I'm not low, but I'm level. And that is more important than low. Okay? So now, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's the rotating each step and yeah.
I was watching that. I was like, I should get it. Yeah, with enough repetitions. Yeah. So then chamber up, left hand this time. Practice with just the hand before moving forward.
The light is off, bro.
Hmm?
The light is off.
No, it's not. I'm putting up this.
Oh,
Mhm. Better. Are your fingers fingers?
Daggers.
Yes, no, they're iron daggers. So make sure to have daggers, not hooks. And go ahead and begin.
Then move into. Then move away from. 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 Then move into.
Much better, folks. Keep going.
Then
Jayo.
move away from. Then move into. Dingu, away from.
So make sure to straighten that back leg, roll that hip forward, roll that hip down. Good.
Dingu, away from. Dingu, into. Dingu, away from. Dingu, into. Dingu, away from. Dingu, into. Dingu, away from.
Lean this, it's like pain touching it.
Into.
But he wanted to.
Dingu, I was like, ooh, maybe we used to just like, I don't know. Dingu, into. Dingu, away from. Dingu, away from.
Think like
Job.
the princess wig. The princess wig. Yeah, the Princess Diaries. Yeah. That gentleness here, if you can find that here, it's gonna create flow. So one of the things to remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So that's why if you slow it down and find the smooth in what you're trying to learn. Where's my focus? What are you? Left or right? Right? Yeah. It's okay. You're used to like near it on the phones and stuff. Yeah. So now we're gonna add the other hand back in. Okay? So now you'll see that it's like something like this, but not quite. So the other one is doing this. Yes. So let's like come hither, come hither, come hither. Steve, do you mind stepping just to your left a little? There you go. Come hither. Say it with me. Come hither. Come hither. Come hither. Come hither. Other side. Come hither.
Come hither.
Come hither.
Come hither.
What's up?
Come
Indeed. Indubitably. So if this hand is doing the come hither, then the other one is doing the go away.
Go away.
Go away. Go away. It just got hard, right?
I was expecting you to be like, you ain't getting nobody with that.
No, it's all love over here. Tough love. Does that help? The come hither and the go aways? Good. How about you, Danny? Huh? Oh, okay. I ain't got my glasses on. I can't get my goodness. Gotta speak up. Yeah, you enjoying yourself, Steve? Sure. Yeah. You take this to the dance floor, you're like, oh, slapping drinks out people's hands, slapping drinks out people's hands. That's when you get to practice your martial arts. No. Okay, relax. Okay. Right hand on top, left hand below. We're gonna be, this time we're gonna step, no, we're just gonna step to the left. We're gonna keep it simple. Okay? And we're going to immediately go into it. So, to the left, away, into, find your smooth by going slow. Notice how I step. Big, wide, on my heel. Going. Cha-cha with spoon. All right, now this time what we're gonna do is, this hand is gonna come down closest to the body, left hand's gonna go up. Okay, here we go. Going to the left, that means are we going into or away from?
Away from.
Into. If we're going to the left, to the left, into. Ding boo. Away from. Ding boo. Into. Ding boo. Away from. Ding boo. Into. Ding boo. Keep going. Call it Christian. Away.
Ding boo. Into.
Outside voice, inside.
Ding boo. Away from. Ding boo. Into. Ding boo. Away from. Ding boo. Into. Ding boo. Away from.
You did it.
Ding boo. Into. Ding boo. Away from.
Yeah, but keep your eye
Yes.
on your arm.
Yes.
You need to make sure that you see the impact. Keep going.
Ding boo. Into.
And if he stops, y'all stop. If he's calling it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ding boo. Away from. Ding boo. Into. 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 Ding boo. Away from. Ding boo. Into.
Yeah.
Ding boo.
You can catch her in
Away
the
from.
chocolate with this baby.
Ding
She
boo.
don't like it with that.
Into.
So it happened. You're
Ding boo.
welcome.
Away from.
Damn. Okay, let's line back up.
That was great.
I'm glad to hear.
That was candy. Candy in the pinch.
So, what are the takeaways? Anybody have any takeaways from today? Steve.
I really like pronating the hand as the rear foot or the rear leg tightens and coordinating that.
Yes. Anybody else notice that? And what was your experience with it?
I just like the practicality of it. Like I can see how that would be very helpful.
Yeah,
in the
okay.
Situation.
Yeah. Now, what he's talking about, there's a lot of power in it. You're gonna give me a big chop. So that's a block. That's just a hard block, hard against hard. But in here, we get this little rotation. Go ahead and relax. Now, this time, you're gonna come in hard again. And you look, you saw the supination, what did it do? It threw him off to the side, right? And what part of him do I get? With Christian, he loves to give his back. He loves to give his back. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's really easy. But this time, I'm gonna have you strike with the left hand. Okay? So, and then look, you see, he can follow up, right? Where would you follow up? Yes. And that's where that other hand, and see, look, we have circles. Okay? Again, this time with that same. I'm off. Which one did I do? Into or away from? Away. Into. And then, look, I got him all kinds of folded up. And I'm being nice, right?
Yeah, he's being nice.
I'm being nice because you see how I have his hand across from him? I have fingers. I could be breaking his fingers while I'm doing this kind of stuff to him. Good job, man. Danny! No. Okay, cool. Anybody else? Any other insights? Marcella?
Strengthening the forearms by supinating and pronating, like very fast, doing this.
Yeah! Good!
Yeah, it can be exhausting for like 2 minutes straight.
Absolutely. Imagine if you were to say 1,000 reps. And 1 rep is 1, 2, 3. And what happens if you lock out your arms and go, give me my money, thank you. Give me my money, thank you. Do that 1,000 times. Give me my money, give me my money, give me my money, give me my money. Good, and that's right, that's a really strong, this is called our bridge in Kung Fu. And when you are bridging, your bridge is the connection between you and the next person. So, Lloyd, I'm gonna have you throw a punch. Use your left. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You just throw a punch. And I'm gonna step out, and I use my bridge. You see here, because I can then do all kinds of stuff from there. Because many people assume, go ahead, you throw a punch straight in my face, hit me in the face. Here, I can open him, but one of my favorites from here, to slide forward, right? So this is what it looks like in real time. So he throws that punch, right? Right? And take a look at where the strike is occurring. It's the base of my thumb at his neck. And I'm hitting him on the other side. And as you notice, from there, if I'm crossing his body, I can just grab and squeeze and be like, dude, calm down. Look, can you hit me from here? Yeah, you might be able to hit me down there, but how much power can you generate? Hit me. Hit me. He can chop away. But it's really hard to, right? He could try this, he could try swinging behind, but how much power really is there if somebody's squeezing your armpit and head and bending you in, right? Shooting in, like, what is this exercise for those who remember? Outside to inside. So Christian, he comes in with the same kind of thing. I bridge, I strike outside to inside. And look, where is that? Yeah, I felt his neck. But you notice, what am I doing to his body? Is he in balance?
No.
Where am I?
You're in balance.
I'm in balance, right? So he's at my mercy. And that's why you gotta have the ability to know how to inflict this kind of, you can protect yourself in this kind of way so that you know how much to give, okay? Like some of the worst things that can happen is when a nice person flips. I don't know if anyone has ever seen that before, but when you have a nice person who is constantly being kind and doesn't know their boundary, when they lose it, they have no bearing on how far is enough. Whereas if you have somebody who's constantly like, yeah, and they play a lot, they understand boundary, even though it seems that they don't. They are literally testing your boundary because they have found it, and they're towing it. A good person will cross that line and be in no person's land in that much time and be in too deep, or do something completely radical. So that's why you have to engage. You have to engage this side of yourself so that you come off with confidence. That's why we use our voice. You notice I'm speaking from my diaphragm. I can talk to you here. I can talk to you here. I can be, more like, okay, class, let's get started. Is this easier to listen to? If I say, come on, everybody, let's line up. Why are you laughing, Danny? Is there something funny? But if I go, okay, everybody, let's line up. Where is that coming from? Yes, the ha in karate, that's where the kia comes from. That's where our dantian is. This is the cauldron of our energy. We want to drive our breath here and be so rooted and grounded that my response to somebody escalating something, I get choices. I'm not just reacting. Good?
Yes.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Okay. I just wanted to say for the record, you call him Lloyd. So
That's because Lloyd's the boy.
oh,
The Lloyd. My boy Lloyd. Oh, Lloyd.
stop getting back in business.
Let's get it. That's because I got my bucket hat on. Okay. Alright. Softening the knees. Jump, jump. Check in. Does it feel the same as when we began? Hold that posture. Pointers and jump. One of my favorite things, keep your eyes open. You want to gently have a gentle gaze so that you can still see your peripherals. I'd like to give a nice exhale. Push the belly out, put the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and then take the first inhale through your nose. And we celebrate bellies in Qigong. Push it out. Push it out. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Get the cauldron out. Okay. Yes. We want to push the belly out. For those people who are kinesiology, anatomy nerds, you're conditioning our transverse abdominis, the obliques, by pushing out. If we're only contracting our abdominis muscles, then we are not able to give the room necessary for our intestines to work properly, nor do we have this iron belly that is called in Qigong, where if you can breathe, many people think breathing happens in the front, level with the heart. Good. Exhale as you bring the hands up. Take your next inhale, level with the heart. Breath is everything. It's everything. That's why they call it Qigong. Qi in this context is synonymous with air or breath, conditioning, Gong. Qigong, conditioning the breath. In Chinese medicine, the yi, the intent, your mind, your why drives the energy, drives the qi, and your qi moves the body. So in this case here, we're conditioning our qi by letting our mind rest. We are doing this exercise, jump, in order to find indifference. Level with the eyes. We're not looking for a good time, we're not looking for a bad time. We're just looking to use our time. Level with the heart. Have you ever stood like this? It's called jump. Standing like a tree. Good. Extra credit. Who can breathe the quietest? Level with the dog, 10. Gratitude circles. Gratitude for our health.
Gratitude for our health.
Gratitude for our practice.
Gratitude for our practice.
Gratitude for our community.
Gratitude for our community.
Stick together. Left foot to right. Right hand in a fist, left hand flat. Thank you all for another successful Taiji Qigong. So just so you're aware, Thursday nights are no longer the community Taiji Qigong. Thursday nights, 6:30, is now Toy Show. Toy Show is push hands. Come June, push hands is an exercise where you're learning to apply what it is that you're learning in these classes against resistance. So Krishna here, there's different ways of doing it. So we'll do the circle one first here. Make sure to rock back and let that heal up. And this is for listening. So I'm pushing for his center, and then I'm guiding this push toward my center away. So there's a listening. This is level one. And if we were to advance to two-handed, now he's feeling for my center as I'm feeling for his. And you'll notice that our feet are fixed, right? We're not walking around trying to find each other's balance, right? So then, here, I'll let him find mine. Okay, there, and then I change it. And then I'm able to take his balance. You see what I mean? So this is the game where you can bait and switch, right? Or I could be like this, and he can't find where exactly this is root. All right, you didn't see that coming. So then, this would be then more advanced. So now we can move around. And all of a sudden, good job. But as you can see, you notice it was my vertical. As I moved in this vertical, so
Yeah.
you notice I haven't bit my back.
Yeah.
What do you think that's going to do?
And even though I knew what you were doing, I couldn't get it positioned. Once you knocked me off, it was just an avalanche.
Yeah, because now all I'm doing is just keeping them off balance. So
Yeah.
that's the game of Toy Show. There's exercises and things of that nature that go into it. It is an advanced practice. You're not going to go straight into what you just saw.
Mhm.
It starts off with the circles and learning how to listen. All right, so that's part of the premium. Also, the other thing is, if you want a t-shirt, you should buy it off the website. We just made an order in, staff's got them, they're a lot of fun. If you don't know who Zumbi is, Zumbi was the man who would have been joining us. But in 2021, he was murdered in Berkeley. And he was murdered at Outbake's Hospital, of all places, by staff. And he went there in crisis, and his life was taken. He was an MC. Zionite was the group he was a part of. If you grew up in the hyphy movement, you've heard his music. He was a legend. Good friend of mine, knew him for a decade. He was like my big brother. And so chi up was his term. He would say things like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to go chi up, and then I'm gonna catch up with you." He'd be like, "All right, bet." And he'd be like, "All right, brother, peace." And he would go and do his, and that's where chi up. So we started donning chi up. That's where the name comes from. So this is a way to spread his legacy. That's why this class is free. It's because when he was in need, he didn't have somebody to have his back. And so I'm spreading the tools that he could have used so that less people have to find themselves in that situation. Yeah. So that's what like the donations go toward. That's what it's all. It's all about building out to bring more awareness, to bring more people in, to empower them. Self-care, self-defense, self-esteem. Those are the three things that we work on. CDE, care, defense, esteem. Okay, let's do our family check.
You can see a great mural of Zumbi on High Street, just towards the hill from Brookdale.
That's right. That's right. On Fairfax, on High Street in Fairfax, right near Cocoa Breeze. Yes. Thank you, Steve.
That was the shoo-shoo stand?
All right, you heard the story. It's time to go.
That's your show, the monkey shoo-shoo. The monkey shoo-shoo.
Hey, we had 264 people join us.
Nice. That's good.
Nice and fat.
Yeah.
Very good. Good job.
We had some people actually enjoy this. Yeah.
Dr. Jen, check out